4, 8, 12, 16. These are the times where Mercury gets activated. These are the time when Mercury shows you how intellectual you are, when Mercury treats you badly, saying, okay, you are not ready yet enough. This is the time of your destruction. Death, in the ocean of death, he knew that, okay, if I get trapped over there, I will die. But I have to do my responsibility then. And that is the reason Abhimanyu is remembered in the history. And you do the same thing where your Mercury is present. You are obsessed about that house. You will face a major accident or major illness. Your health will fall drastically down. Your economy will fall drastically down. And there will be a high chance of a miscarriage, of a child's death to your wife. The first kid. This will happen. Namaskar. Welcome to Abhimanyu Vedic Academy. Today's topic, the story of Abhimanyu in Mahabharat and the planet Mercury. This is going to be the third video of the Mahabharat series, using the unique stories that were there in the Mahabharat and making stunning predictions out there in a horoscope. So before we proceed into the prediction part, let us know about Abhimanyu. Who is Abhimanyu? Where he is from? So as we know, Abhimanyu is none other than the son of Arjuna and his wife Subhadra, and Subhadra is the sister of Sri Krishna. So see the genes. When that great warrior came into this earth, Bhagwan Sri Hari Narayan was his maternal uncle, and the greatest Yodha of that era, one of the greatest, I must say, Arjuna, is his father. So the most popular story about Abhimanyu is, one fine day when Abhimanyu was in the womb of Subhadra, Arjun was actually telling Subhadra about the Chakravyuh. What is Chakravyuh? How one can enter into the Chakravyuh, how one can break Chakravyuh, what is the process, and why Chakravyuh is so important and why not every warrior can break it. All these things he was actually explaining to Subhadra. And Abhimanyu, residing in the womb of Subhadra, was listening everything and learning it. When the time came, Arjuna was about to tell Subhadra how that one can break Chakravyuh and come out of this particular thing. Subhadra felt slapped, and Arjuna stopped speaking the story. So in case of the knowledge of Chakravyuh, Abhimanyu got to know how to enter in it, and he had no idea how to get out of it. And we all know what happened later on. So before I continue this story, let us know about Mercury himself. Like in case of Karn, we knew the story how Karn was actually the Surya Putra, how Karn can be connected with Saturn, as Saturn is also the Surya Putra. Both of them have a illegal story of birth. Both of them were actually avoided by their parents in the beginning days. So there were similarities between Karna and Saturn. So there must be some similarities between Abhimanyu and the Mercury. So I'll tell you the story of Abhimanyu in the story of Mahabharat. But before I continue that story, let me tell you about the story of Mercury, how Mercury was actually born. That famous story of Tara and Jupiter. So Jupiter being the Dev Guru, his wife was Tara. Jupiter was not looking good actually. He is not a very good looking man, not a handsome one, as he is a sadhak. Maybe he is always busy with sadhana, with mantra jap, havan, puja and all. Tara being his wife was not liking Jupiter's attitude about the dharma, because Jupiter is too much into the dharma, too much inclined towards the spiritualism. So in this particular point, Tara felt for the moon, as moon was looking very charming in the sky. So one fine day Tara decided, no, I am not going to stay with you, that is Jupiter, and she left the Guru Loka and went to moon. Knowing that, Jupiter stopped doing all the mantra jap, havan, chanting, everything. And once Jupiter stopped doing the havan and other things, the energy of Devtas were actually reducing. And Devraj Indra, along with other gods, got terrified, saying with each other that if Jupiter doesn't do havan on our behalf, the demons can anytime beat us, like we'll be losing all our energies. So all the Devta went to the moon and Tara and requested Tara that please you go back to Jupiter, else it will actually imbalance the combination of the entire creation. Tara agreed, however, and returned to the base of Jupiter. But when Tara returned to Jupiter, Tara was already pregnant. Jupiter, out of the anger, asked Tara, who is the father of this kid you are having in your womb? When Jupiter did that, that particular kid from the womb of Tara asked his mother that, Mom, who is my father? Understand the level of intellectuality about Mercury, that how intelligent that kid would be, that he could ask his mother from the womb itself that who is my father. But Tara had no answer that time. So Jupiter understood what happened and Jupiter cursed Mercury to be an enach. That is the reason Mercury actually is having no gender. So when you talk about Mercury, they are the third gender. So in that way, Moon is the biological and illegal father of Mercury and Jupiter is the legal father of Mercury. So whenever there is a combination of Jupiter Mercury, you will always find that there is something related to the illegal child in the chart, in the family. There is always about some adoption in the chart in the family. If there is Moon Mercury combination, that makes you a Chandravanshi. All the kings in Mahabharata were Chandravanshi. So whenever you see the Moon Mercury combination in the chart, there is always a combination of Chandravanshi, and you will always find in that particular family generation that someone is marrying a widow, someone is having a second marriage, someone is marrying some other's wife, having miscarriages, abortions, hormonal disorder, homosexuality, and lots of things, gender exchange. This kind of events will be common in that family generation if someone is having a strong combination of Moon Mercury, especially in the Kendra Bhav or in the Trikon Bhav with proficient degrees, right? So that is the story of Mercury. That is how Mercury was born. Now I guess you can figure out the similarities why Abhimanyu is considered to be the Mercury in the Mahabharata, as Abhimanyu is actually the son of Moon. And when everybody was taking the avatar in the era of Mahabharata, actually all the characters you see in Mahabharata are the avatar of either Yaksh or the Devta or somebody else or the planets. So it is only Moon who was very much disappointed by sending his son to the Martaloka. When everyone forced that, Moon actually agreed, okay, my son will also go to the Martaloka and will perform the particular play to give a lesson for the upcoming world. So he went to Krishna and asked, okay, but I cannot see my son is suffering there in the Martaloka, I want him back to the Swarg. So Krishna promised Moon, okay, as soon as possible I will send him to you the back. His lifespan in the Martaloka will be really less. And Moon said, how much? He said 1 lunar year, that's 16 years. So that age of 16th, Abhimanyu actually died in that Kurukshetra war and went back to the Swargalok. That is one of the reasons, and according to some versions of the Mahabharata, that is the reason that Sri Krishna didn't save Abhimanyu even after knowing everything and intentionally sent him to break the Chakravyuh so that all the Kauravas start doing the adharma and Krishna may start his playful game, the diplomatic game, to kill the Maharathis in that side like Guru Dron, Angraj, Karn and etc. Because if the adharma wasn't started by the Kauravas, Pandava couldn't take the advantage of the diplomacy of Krishna. Like we know how Karna was killed, we know how Drona was killed by taking an help of a lie, half lie precisely. So that is not our today's topic. Our topic is Mercury. So this is the story. There are the similarities of their birth in each case. Now, if you see the story minutely, Abhimanyu just knew how to enter into the Chakravyuh, and he has no idea how he could come out from it. But when that Kurukshetra thing came in front of the Pandavas and Arjuna was not nearby there, as only Sri Krishna in the team of the Pandavas, only Krishna and Arjuna knew how to break Chakravyuh, and both of them were not nearby, and Chakravyuh was killing lakhs, crores of Pandav Sena. In that time, Abhimanyu said, okay, I can enter into it, but I don't know how to get out of it. Bhima said, okay, you just go and break the Chakravyuh's door, I will be following you out. So I won't let you be alone over there. So once you go inside, I will also come with you and I will save you out there, and I will make sure that you come out of it. But the problem is, Bhima and other Pandavas had no idea how to break the gates of Chakravyuh. A Chakravyuh is not a normal view. It's a very, very powerful and different kind of view which is constantly moving. So when Abhimanyu was breaking the doors and going inside it, Bhima was also following along with the other Pandavas, but there was Jayadratha in the main gate of the Chakravyuh, the outer circle of the Chakravyuh, and Jayadratha alone stopped all the 4 Pandavas over there, and Abhimanyu got trapped inside it and got killed ruthlessly by all the Kauravas. What is the lesson out of this? What is the lesson of this particular story? That even after being extremely intelligent, Mercury, the extremely intelligent, your knowledge is always incomplete. So wherever Mercury is placed in your chart, you are extremely intelligent about that particular house, but you would see that your knowledge is very, very incomplete in this house. And you always take risk, half learned risk. The way Abhimanyu take it. It was a risk. But yeah, he has no choice as well. Like if he didn't took that particular risk, that was very, very obvious that Pandava would have lost this war by that day. And it was a plan of Guru Drona. So Mercury present in a house, you are extremely intellectual about that house, but you don't know the full thing. You have no idea about the full knowledge of that particular segment. But still you take a risk and perform really well. Praise Oddi. But yes, it's obvious at the end you will lose if you use Mercury in terms of knowledge. What could be the example? For example, Mercury in the 2nd house. I have seen many proficient journalists, spokespersons, diplomats having Mercury in the 2nd house. You're too good in speaking. You're extremely intellectual. Nobody can beat you in a debate. You know everything about whenever it's a debate. It's about speaking. It's about appearance. But you will always feel that knowledge is incomplete. At the very needed time, you lack that ultimate kick, which doesn't let you to get ultimate success. Add Mars with that, just like Bhima, the Mars. Bhima promised Mercury, you go through the way, I'm following you and will help you to get out. So whenever the Mercury-Mars combination is there, you get an extra confidence. Now Mercury is very stressed. Mercury is a kid, it's a child. Mars is a very, very fierce personality, like it's a Senapati, commander. So when the Mars and Mercury combination is there, in both the cases it works simultaneously. Like in that case, you have a very powerful overconfidence in you. I will do it at any cost. But you would see that confidence is not working. At the end, Mars is not coming to help you out and you are trapped. So be very careful about that significance where your Mercury is placed. When you are committing something of that signification of the house, like Mercury in the third house, your communication must be very aggressive. You are a very great communicator. You are born to manage the the face of a company, right? You are born to manage the credibility of a company. You are in HR there. You are the ultimate manager, and you take responsibility of the company on your shoulder, and you go ahead and you do the stuffs. But you would see something and a very significant point it's lacking, and everybody is saying, okay, you tried your level best, you did it, but you know that something is lacking outside there, something you missed it. Same in the fourth house. It's about mother, it's about property. You're very intellectual whatever you're doing, but at the very end point you have to take a risk and you will do it on your shoulder, but it won't be competent because you are lacking that perfect knowledge. That works in the fifth house as well in terms of love life. In the sixth house in terms of a disease. People with Mercury in the sixth house, I have seen they hardly take medicines when they fall ill. Because they feel, okay, I know how to get rid of this particular illness. I have the knowledge. They will search into the Google, they will do certain stuff, they will talk, blah blah and all these things. They will try multiple other medicines. Okay, finally done. I can do it. I know I can do it. But in the end, you will see, okay, now this particular disease is very big. Now I cannot control this. Maybe in the very initial days when you are 20s, in your early 30s, this intellectuality will help you out. But this ignorance will hit you later in your late 40s, in your late 50s if you are having Mercury in the sixth house. Yes, in this house, although it's in the Virgo, own sign, Mol Trikon, but understand the story. You are lacking the ultimate knowledge. You are just being too intellectual over there, having an extra confidence upon you. In case of seventh house, while selecting your life partner, while selecting your business partner, you face the same thing. In terms of eighth house, it's always about inheritance property, about your in-laws. Your conception is very trembling over there. In the ninth house, in terms of spirituality, about your father. In the 10th house, about your profession and other stuffs. In the 11th house, again your known circle, about your daily earnings, about your social networking. In the 12th house, finally about your expenses. I have seen many 12th house Mercury, they are too good to spend money. And when they do certain investment, when they do certain spendings, they are very confident about themselves. Okay, I know what I am doing. I know this particular stock will go rise at that time. I have invested it properly. I have done it properly. So, okay, I have the ultimate knowledge of share market. Mercury in the 12th, Mercury in the 3rd, Mercury in the 11th. Or expecting those houses. People are very much crazy about stock market, share market or certain investment things. They're like, okay, I know everything. I can do it. Paper works, but they fail drastically after a certain time. Always remember the cycle of Mercury is 16, right? When this timing of Mercury is rising now, in the first 6 years, nothing will happen. You will have a very good life, permanently good life. After the 6 years, 6 to 14th year, from 6th year to 14th year in the Mercury cycle, you will take lots of gains, experience, many other things. You will learn many things, you will grow your skills, you will learn your intellectuality. And by the last 2 years, 3 years, you will be proud of your intellectuality. You will be like, okay, now I have learned it, I can do this, I can do that. But in the 16th year, Abhimanyu died by taking a risk. In the 16th year, Mercury will give you a fall. Doesn't matter where he is. If it is in the 7th house, in your 16th, something very drastic will happen in your marriage life. On the 16th year of your marriage, your spouse will fall ill, something significant will occur. If it is in the 5th house, at the age of 16th, you face your first breakup, or you feel something very very peculiar in your school, in your college. In the cycle of 16, something really odd happens. So Mercury's cycle goes in 4, 8, 12, 16. These are the times where Mercury gets activated, of your age, of the cycle, of the transit, of staying in each house, in everywhere, just at these particular cycles, 4, 8, 12, 16. These are the time when Mercury shows you how intellectual you are, when Mercury treats you badly, saying, okay, you are not ready yet enough. This is the time of your distraction. Now the second point, Abhimanyu story in the Mahabharata is a story of courage, an extreme dedication towards his responsibility, towards his father, towards his nation. It shows his obsession about the task given to him. That happens when you get Mercury in certain houses. You will see wherever your Mercury is present, you are obsessed about that house. People with 9th house Mercury is a very very odd combination. They are obsessed with the spirituality. Now if the Rashi is anti over there, for example in the 9th house you got the sign of Aries, or in the 9th house you got the sign of 9 itself, or the sign of Leo there, and you got Mercury over there. Like now you are extremely rationalist person, you need logic everywhere, but you are obsessed with the dharma as well, and you can do anything, just like what Abhimanyu did. He did anything, he just jumped into the death, in the ocean of death. He knew that, okay, if I get trapped over there, I will die, but I have to do my responsibility then. And that is the reason Abhimanyu is remembered in the history. And you do the same thing where your Mercury is present, you are obsessed about that house. If your Mercury is not strong enough, that dedication, that obsession would be like that. It depends upon the degree, upon the dispositor, a friendly sign, enemy sign, etc, etc. But the obsession you will see, like people who has a Mercury in the 11th house, they are obsessed about money. People with Gemini sign or Mercury in the 11th house, I never have seen certain persons speaking the correct value of a thing they have purchased. This might sound very funny, but this happens. Many Leo people having Mercury in the 11th, Gemini in the 11th, they are obsessed about money. Their ultimate goal is that I have to earn money. I have to earn money because I have these certain commitments, and you can see, you can notice, and they will hardly tell you the exact rate about a thing they purchased. Either they will increase it or they will decrease it. Why? They even don't know, and you will notice it's happening. That happens. You admit or not, this works. Mercury in the 12th house, you are obsessed about your bedroom, you are obsessed about your sleep. They are very secretive about their bedroom life. They are very much obsessed that, okay, my bedroom needs to be designed like that, like this, this particular color I want, this particular sticker needs to be there only, I want this particular life transforming books over my bookshelf, ऐसा ही चाहिए. वेरी वेरी सिग्निफिकेंट, वेरी वेरी ऑब्सेस्ड. आप उसको चेंज नहीं कर सकते. मर्करी इन द 12th हाउस, अबाउट द बेडरूम लाइफ, अबाउट द पीस, और खुद के अलग ही एक वे आउट होता है टू फिगर आउट द पीस. वो मैच नहीं करेगा बाकियों के साथ. यू विल फाइंड वेरी वेरी पिकुलियर ओवर देयर. दैट हाउ इट वर्क्स. कैंट हेल्प. Mercury in the Lagna, they are obsessed about themselves. How themselves? You will see Mercury in Lagna, they are always in the salesman mood. People with Mercury in Lagna, Gemini Lagna, they are into the business. They don't understand anything except business. They're too much talkative. If they are friendly with you, they'll come, they'll talk with you, they'll show you, okay, I have done this and that, okay, this is my checklist, I have to do this, that way I'll do this is my strategy, this is where I'll go, because they're obsessed with it, with themselves, what they're going to do. In the second house, I have seen, because of that courage, because of that obsession, many people have lost very close relatives over there, because they will tell the truth over your mouth. Third house Mercury, extremely good communicator, maximum, more into the journalism, more into the vlog writing, more into the video making, reels making. Third house Mercury. Fourth house Mercury, obsessed with mother, obsessed with motherland house. They want this house for them, this particular room for them. They don't need anything else. Fifth house Mercury, obsessed with the kids, love. Sixth house Mercury, obsessed with their EMI. ऐसे लोगों को कभी EMI जमता ही नहीं है, वो EMI पे मजबूरी पे EMI करेंगे और उनको दिमाग में हमेशा रहेगा आई हैव टू क्लियर दिस EMI, आई हैव टू डू दिस EMI, और उसको क्लियर करेंगे एक और नई चीज EMI पे ले लेंगे. सिक्स्थ हाउस मरकरी, दिस विल वर्क ऑलवेज, डजंट मैटर. सेवेंथ हाउस मरकरी ऑब्सेस्ड अबाउट द वाइफ. एट्थ हाउस मरकरी ऑब्सेस्ड अबाउट द इनहेरिटेंस प्रॉपर्टी, इन लॉज. नाइन्थ हाउस फादर. 10th house profession, but 10th house Mercury, they never like the 9 to 5 job. They want variety there because Mercury is a kid, childish, immature. उनको maturity पसंद ही नहीं है. They can't live with maturity. That's what Mercury is. So Abhimanyu got married to Uttara at a very early age, and this is his only marriage. So whenever your Mercury is placed in 5th house, 7th house, 2nd, 11th, as these are the houses of the marriages, or Mercury is influencing your 7th lord, Mercury is with Venus, or Mercury is the dispositor of your 7th lord, you get a very happening thing in your marriage. Like if you know the story, how come Abhimanyu got to marry Uttara? It's a very, very funny story. What is the story? When the Kauravas attacked the Virat Nagari, and Arjuna as being present over there, the Pandava was there in disguise. Arjuna was in the form of Brihanalla. Arjuna used to teach Uttara the Bharatnatyam and the other musical instruments. So Arjuna helped the prince of the Virat to win that war, and when the Virat Naresh came and got to know that they are actually the Pandavas, and he got really pleased and asked that, okay, I want to get rid of this debts what you have kept on us, so please marry my daughter Uttara. That offer was for Arjuna. Arjuna said, how can I do this? She is my student, and when she is my student, she is just like my daughter. I can't do that. But Virat Naresh said, okay, now she is a Bhagdatta. Bhagdatta means I have given her words that I will donate her, I will give the marriage to your family. Now she becomes a Bhagdatta. I can't take her back. So that time Arjuna said, okay, it's not possible for me, as she is just like my daughter. I want her to be my daughter-in-law. And then when Abhimanyu and Uttara's marriage was fixed, and Uttara came to the Kuruvansh. So whenever Mercury is present in certain houses, you will see all on a sudden the marriage is fixed. You will notice it. When your Mercury is in the 5th house, 7th house, or expecting the 5th, 7th with the dispositor, or with the 7th lord, you will see all on a sudden the marriage is done. You went to attend someone's marriage, you got to meet your soulmate. Or in a family function, you got to meet your soulmate, your partner. If unless and until the 7th lord is Venus, if the 7th lord is Venus, now it becomes multiple relationship affairs. But you will see that certain things are happening. If Mercury is with Venus as well, because Venus is the natural 7th lord, it's obvious that you will have at least a small affair, at least a small relation with somebody else in a marriage function. into someone's marriage function, you will definitely gain it. There's no question about it. That's how Mercury in many houses impacts you. But there's a most interesting story that is linked with the pending karma as well. I was just telling you the theorem today, and in the pending karma series I shall again bring this particular topic and discuss. So when you know the story of Abhimanyu died in the Kurukshetra war on the 13th day of the war. At the age of 16, he died at the day of 13th. So people with Mercury influence, if your Mercury is Atmakaraka, if you are Gemini ascendant, Virgo ascendant, Gemini Virgo moon sign, Mercury is in very very good form, 13 is a very bad day for you. Anything which is 13, anything which is related to 13, 13th day, 13th stuff, anything 13 is a very very bad day for you. You are destroyed on that day. You cannot gain anything on this particular day. Always make sure. But when Abhimanyu died, there was Uttara was already pregnant by that time, from when the Parikshit came out, the last king of the Kuruvansh, and then when Kali Yuga began. The Parikshit was one of the greatest king of that era in his timeline. So what happened, you see, when Abhimanyu died in Chakravyuh, Uttara was pregnant, Parikshit was in Uttara's womb, and Parikshit was tried to be killed by Ashwatthama using the Brahmashirastra. Sri Krishna saved him. There's a story. Like when Ashwatthama was caught by the Pandavas, he said, okay, I will destroy your the last bunch as well, and he used the Brahmashirastra. At that time, Bhagavan Sri Krishna used the Sudarshan Chakra to save Uttara and Parikshit both. But what is the significance? For example, you are a Aries ascendant and your partner is a Taurus ascendant. So whenever you are Aries ascendant, your 8th house is having the sign of 8 and your 7th house is having sign of 7. Now in your partner case, your partner is having the sign of 8 in the 7 and sign of 9 in the 8th house. If your chart is having Mercury and Jupiter in the 8th house, why Mercury and Jupiter in the 8th house? Why I am saying that? Because in your partner's chart in the 8th house, number 9 is written and 9 number is Jupiter. The lord of the 9 number is Jupiter. Who is the lord of the 8th house? And what is 8th house? 8th house is the Om. So in your chart, Mercury is in 8th house with Jupiter. Then take it written. Whenever your wife will get pregnant, two things will happen. You will face a major accident or major illness. Your health will fall drastically down. Your economy will fall drastically down. And there will be a high chance of a miscarriage, of a child's death to your wife. The first kid. This will happen. I repeat the combination. If your Mercury is sitting in the 8th house with the 8th lord of your partner, this thing will happen. What will happen? You are supposed to fall a very very peculiar illness, a major accident the moment your wife got pregnant. Your financial fall may occur and she might lose the first child. She might face the first miscarriage. This is going to happen. Why it happened? Because when Abhimanyu died in Kurukshetra, what is Kurukshetra? The 8th house, Kabra. So Mercury being present there, Mercury died. 8th house is again your Om, your wife's Om obviously. The males cannot have the Om. And Uttara was pregnant when Abhimanyu died in the Kurukshetra. And at the end of the war, Ashwatthama tried to kill that kid who was getting evolved in Uttara's Om. So now you match it. Mercury in the 8th house, that is Kurukshetra. 8th house is again the Om, the kid is being over there, and Ashwatthama tried to kill it. The first miscarriage might be there, but it got saved by whom? By Krishna. So this combination will be cancelled out if Moon is expecting this combination. If that Mercury and the 8th Lord combination is expected by the Jupiter or the Moon, either of Jupiter or the Moon, because Jupiter also represents Narayan, then this combination gets cancelled out, else you are definitely to face a major health issues, financial fall, and the first kid will be died, child death, or the miscarriage will take place. 110%. It's a tested theorem I am giving you. This is the first phase of the story. Now I just have given the introduction all over. In the coming video, I shall be using other tricks, other theorem using the nakshatra and all. Will carry forward the second part of the Mercury and Abhimanyu story. Will give you more stunning predictions. Till then, take care. All the best. Keep learning.